I'm Nick Adams. Welcome to my crib. I came to America with two things, a dream and a speech. I'm going to take you for a bit of a tour around and show you some of the artifacts that represent the opportunity that this country gave me. Now, I'm not doing it to show off or to brag. I'm doing it to inspire you, to show you what's possible in America, no matter what your dreams are. So here I've got about 320, 330 boarding passes, about from the last 6 years. I keep them to remind me of how hard I've worked and what's involved in achieving my dream. Let me go and show you what really inspires me. So this one's really special. First day I immigrated, I picked up a blank sheet of paper and a Sharpie and I wrote the following words: inspired by a dream, powered by belief. I stuck it up on my mirror and it's come with me and been on every mirror of every place I've ever lived since. The second thing I did the day that I immigrated to the US was I went out looking for a map of America that I could look at every day and get inspired by, to see all the 50 states, to see the abundance of opportunity and possibility. I went to a Dollar Tree or a Dollar General, I don't remember, and I bought this map that I have now since mounted. Of all the photos around the house on all the walls, this one here is the most important, the most special, the most sentimental, the most emotional. This is a photograph that was taken just a few hours after my operation, life-saving operation. I had stage 4 neuroblastoma and no one could believe that I was already up and about, and Mum's looked on the background looking on. I've titled it A Celebration of Life, Resilience. Every time I'm down or need inspiration, I come here to remind myself of what I overcame and how far I've come. Now let's go check out the presidential room. Well, here we are in the President's Room, my favourite room in the house. We've got the very first newspaper article ever written about me when I was 12 years old. Up here are the awards and commendations and citations that I've received. Really proud of the fact that 9 different states in the United States of America have awarded me honorary status for the work that FLAG does. It all started with Governor Perry in the great state of Texas. Then I became an honorary Oklahoman, a Kentucky colonel, a Nebraskan admiral, an Arkansas traveller. I got the Order of the Silver Crescent from the state of South Carolina. I also got a commendation from Missouri, one from Arizona, and most recently, the state of Tennessee. So, I'm a presidential appointee. President Trump appointed me to the Board of Trustees of the Woodrow Wilson International Center for the Scholars in the Smithsonian Institution. It's a 6-year appointment. Great honour, incredible achievement, and that's why this is kind of got the crowning position on the wall. This is so incredibly special to me. There's only about 350 appointments a year. There's around about 350 million Americans. Really 1 in a million people get a presidential appointment, and that's why this occupies such a special place here in the President's Room. So I've written a few books in my time. No easy task, let me tell you. About 95% of people, statistics say, want to write a book, but roughly only 2% do. I wrote books because it was a great way of preaching the American values that I wanted to advocate, that I wanted people to be aware of and know from my own perspective. I put those words down on a paper, and somehow a president of the United States found them. And he found them so compelling and so moving that he actually tweeted about them. He praised me publicly. What an incredible story. Now there's lots of media outlets that call me the president's favourite author, but the lesson here is that you might be at home sitting on a dream, sitting on an idea. You should go out and do it, because you never know what's going to happen. You never know who's going to see it and what's going to end up happening to you. So here we are at the home of the Nick Adams Show, a podcast. We come at you almost every single day, a couple of hours a day, because we're committed to making sure that the next generation of Americans understand what America means. And these days, young people are always consuming what they hear through podcasts. This is also where I get to guest host for nationally syndicated radio shows like the Dennis Prager Show, the Larry Elder Show, Mike Gallagher, Hugh Hewitt. This is where I do Fox News hits. I always dreamed of having my own studio, and here I am. So here we are in my office. Up here are all my degrees from university, but really interestingly, I've structured this. I've put my mother and father on the very top because everything else that I have achieved has flown down from them. And that's something we've got to really always be cognizant of. We've really got to be grateful and appreciative of those that have inspired us, whether they're mentors, whether they're family members. That's why I put my mum and dad on a pedestal. So this here is a nice size replica of a Qantas 747 aircraft, an aircraft that's now being retired in the Qantas fleet. I keep it because this is the plane that would bring me back and forth from Australia to the United States. So I see it as a symbol of my dream, and I always keep it here to remember where I started and where I've arrived. Well, that about concludes the tour. You've seen pretty much everything. Always remember, inspired by a dream, powered by belief, soar like an eagle. That's why I've got eagles all around the place. Be good to see you. Take care.